Hello and welcome to this special edition of the Southern View. Vasudha and I are tracking the political election heat in Tamil Nadu. Vasudha, NDA seems to be firming up its alliance game here.
That's right, Veera. In fact, the Prime Minister is all set to speak in Maduranthakam tomorrow in northern part of Tamil Nadu. It's seen as a stronghold of the DMK. It used to be the PMK, but the whole of north of Tamil Nadu is in some way seen as a bastion of the DMK. The Prime Minister is going to speak there tomorrow, and what we will see tomorrow is probably a glimpse of all these allies coming together.
That's right. And what happened today, Vasudha, was that Piyush Goyel was camped in Chennai to get and fix the alliances together. The sense, Vasudha, at this time is that, you know, and let's not forget that when it comes to Tamil Nadu, it's the two Dravidian parties which have been categorical leaders, the AIADMK and the DMK. The sense is it's the BJP that's calling the shots, not the AIADMK. What's the sense you're picking up?
That's exactly what is happening, Veera, and that's what I think. And I think that the BJP has realized that this is also the time to optimize on the momentum that it feels that TVK has lost in the last 1 month, because the last rally that was held by Vijay of the TVK was on the 18th of December. The second point that the BJP wants to also drive across is that it wants to make sure that the AIADMK BJP, the NDA alliance, is projected as that one alliance that's capable of taking on the DMK. So it wants that grand alliance to be announced tomorrow in the presence of the Prime Minister.
Right, it's the optics of a large alliance that's taking on the DMK and MK Stalin and his alliance, not that it's an EPS versus Stalin battle. They don't want a personality clash. That's a sense that one gets. But let's get all the political reactions before we head to our special panel this evening.
The NDA alliance will completely throw out the DMK government, the corrupt, incompetent, compromised and anti-development government of DMK is certainly going to lose this election, because the people of Tamil Nadu, my brothers and sisters of Tamil Nadu, the youth of Tamil Nadu, the women of Tamil Nadu, the farmers of Tamil Nadu, the laborers of Tamil Nadu, all, other than family rule and corruption, the DMK government has done nothing.
இல்லத்தில் நாளை நடைபெறுகின்ற மாபெரும் பொதுக்கூட்டத்தில் எப்படியெல்லாம் அந்த பொதுக்கூட்டத்தில் மக்கள் கலந்து கொள்கிறார்கள், அதற்கு எப்படியெல்லாம் ஏற்பாடு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று கலந்து ஆலோசிக்கப்பட்டிருக்கின்றன. நாளை நடைபெறுகின்ற கூட்டம் தமிழகத்தில் மிகப்பெரிய மாற்றத்தை ஏற்படுத்துகின்ற கூட்டமாக இருக்கும்.
Only one party which is going to make them lose is BJP. Just because they have joined BJP, they will lose their name.
So let's head to our special panel this evening. Kovai Satyan of the AIADMK, A. Saravanan of the DMK, both ready to slug it out, both on the electoral field and on TV shows. We also have Sumant Raman, who's been an astute observer of Tamil Nadu, as is Ramaswamy Meyyappan. Thanks to all four of you for joining us here. Kovai Satyan, Vasudha and I were just discussing. The sense is that it's the BJP that's calling the shots, because the alliance that the NDA has formed up right now has people who have been openly antagonistic to Edappadi Palanichami. Is there a sense of nervousness, or is there a sense of confidence?
It's the sense of interpretation that what matters. Smaller parties who are an ally, who are under the umbrella of NDA, and they are joining with BJP, and some of them are leaving the NDA. But as far as Tamil Nadu is concerned, the alliance is headed by AIADMK leader EPS. On the other side, it is MK Stalin from the DMK. So parties who wants to be the subset of BJP, they are into their fold. So there is no big theory or mathematics. We need to look deep into this. All matters is both Dravidian majors will have the lion's share, and the battle on the ground is between these two Dravidian parties. But what matters most is who is leading this perception matrix now in Tamil Nadu with respect to the alliance strength. AIADMK has taken the lead. The perception that DMK and their ally are stronger is busted.
Okay.
Because three parties have lost their symbol and recognition. They are not known whether Congress.
That's a very
is
important point, Kovai Satyan. I think, Saravanan, if it's all about arithmetic and if it is all about alliances, then I think AIADMK and the BJP are doing very well getting all their allies together. Does that really threaten the DMK?
This is the same alliance which was there in 2021. This was the same alliance which was there in 2019. So nothing, they have not added anything new. More than that, the alliance of the DMK is strong in the sense that we have allied on a basis of the ideology, that is to root out the BJP, and that alliance and the way the alliance is gelling together is absolutely fantastic. This is one aspect. The other aspect is that there is a pro-incumbency wave that is sweeping across the state of Tamil Nadu, and the number of beneficiaries from the schemes announced by the DMK is just more than 2 crore. And the kind of drive, the enthusiasm seen among the cadres is also absolutely beautiful. That is the reason we are going into this election on a strong note. We are not here, we are not with the way the NDA is cobbling up its alliances is very well known.
Is there a sense of nervousness, Saravanan? Is there a sense of nervousness that the Prime Minister is going to launch off his campaign at Maduranthakam? Is there a sense of nervousness that the allies may demand more seats than the DMK can part with? Is there that kind of nervousness at all within the DMK? I'm sure there is.
See, this is the alliance which is there from the year 2019. This is pre-election. This is how everybody will say, oh, the alliance, there is some problem with the alliance. They are not doing well. There are problems. Somebody wants more seats. Somebody does not like what you are saying. This is usual. And we know how to handle. We know the magic of cobbling up these alliances. And we have been successful. From 2019, this alliance is successful. And how do you think that is going to change in 2026? Absolutely.
But 2019 was Lok Sabha, Saravanan, and that's a different ballgame altogether, because in 2021 it didn't seem like the DMK had a complete landslide. The AIADMK did reasonably better than expected. Kovai Satyan, my question to you is the fact that at least OPS is being spoken to, or that AMMK Dinakaran is back in the alliance, does it not really affect the standing of EPS, because these are people who have openly challenged the leadership of Edappadi Palaniswamy?
So that's a message which is very clear and loud, that people who had revolted against our leader EPS are now come to the fact that he is the Nimro, with respect to the alliance formation, and he is the CM face. 2021 AMMK was not with our ally, neither DMDK. Let me correct, it was only BJP with us and PMK. But the question here is, if Saravanan says that it is the tried and tested alliance with them, in 2019 or 2021, 2024, Congress never raised their expectation of power sharing with them. And tomorrow, there is a common minimum program. And the stage is all set, and we are going to go hit the campaign's motion tomorrow, from tomorrow onwards, wherein DMK is yet to answer the expectations of their ally. There is no CMP, there is no common minimum program there.
Respond to that, Saravanan, very, very briefly.
No. See,
the alliance dynamics are different. Respond to that, Saravanan, before I go to Sumant Raman.
Let him not worry about our alliance. Let him worry about his alliance. We know how to set our house in order.
I'm not worrying, I'm mocking at your alliance.
Mr. Piyush, just a moment. Mr. Piyush Goyel, who seems to be the main man here, has become a laughing stock. He spoke about nepotism. He spoke about corruption, and this is the same Piyush Goyel who was chased away by Selvi Jayalalitha. And this Piyush Goyel is now coming and saying that we want to bring back the rule of Selvi Jayalalitha. And when it comes to the alliance, he is saying that there is already, they are asking for a share in the power, but they have already considered that. NDA government is going to be a power sharing agreement. And NDA, they say it is an NDA government. They are not saying
10-second response from Kovai Satyan before I go to Sumant Raman.
There lies the important
detail. You can expect an answer from somebody who has an answer. DMK doesn't have an answer for Congress' claim of power sharing. And neither they have an answer for other parties who are expecting more larger number of seats. The stage is not set for them. The stage is all set in EPS leadership. And we are hitting the campaign tomorrow. They are not even sure who are there with them and how to meet their demands.
Right. Let me get in
I am
Sumant
not
Raman here.
worried
Sumant
about
Raman,
DMK alliance. I am
it
mocking
looks
at
to
their
me that,
inefficiency.
because of the CBFC hurdles that Vijay is facing, or for that matter, the CBI summons to Vijay, it looks to me that there is this question of TVK that both these parties are not addressing right now, because there seems to be some talks which are happening which we're not really completely aware of. But the political situation in Tamil Nadu, how fluid it is, and what do you make of this NDA Grand Alliance coming together?
Yeah, I think that momentum is starting to build. Until about a month ago or even 2 weeks ago, the general feeling was one side, the alliance is pakka, because the DMK alliance has been more or less rock solid, even though there's been some sniping by the Congress. But on the other side, there's always been this feeling, who's going to join, who's not going to come, what happens to PMK, what happens to TTV, and so on. Now, all that has started to fall into place. So there is momentum building. Tomorrow, it is expected that about last count, I think it is about 9 or 10 parties would be introduced as part of the NDA at Prime Minister's rally in Maduranthakam. Maduranthakam, by the way, has an AIADMK MLA. It's never elected to the same party consistently in 2 elections since 1996, but that's a different issue. The point really is that the NDA is now starting to look like a serious contender, which, even about a month ago, that was not the case. And if hypothetically there is still an outside chance that the TVK could sign on in some form, if not the NDA, at least with the parts of the AIADMK alliance. And if that happens, it is game over. I mean, clearly. But whether that will happen, we'll have to wait and see. But even now, this election is now a real contest. Making a point because there's a lot of anti-incumbency.
All right, you're saying this election is a real contest. Let me get Ramaswamy Meyyappan to answer on one very important question. Sumant Raman was pointing to the groups of TTV, Dinakar and OPS and others coming together. Are they uniting under EPS's umbrella or are they uniting under BJP's umbrella? Would you agree to Kovai Satyan's argument that EPS is still the numero uno in that alliance?
A very good evening to everyone. I think the first concern that arises is how the DMK has performed, 1. 2 is where the arithmetic stand, and 3 is where the emotion of the people stand. When it comes to elections, the DMK's performance in the last 5 years has been abysmal. Let's look at their manifesto promises, what they have fulfilled. Let's start with NEET. Let's start with TASMAC, where they stand. And as simple as things, they keep talking about social justice. What have they done for people in multiple areas? Their own panchayat leaders have been...
You're not answering the question that I've raised. You're taking it into against the DMK.
And now, number 2, let's go into the emotional position of the people. If people are happy with the DMK, then they should be applauding and raising performances and slogans during Pongal. But instead of that, unrest is there. There is constant protest from first Safai Karamcharis, then with school teachers, now with transport corporation workers. Each and every department is raising this. And 3, the most important aspect as far as election comes up is the numbers, what is there in the box and what is shown in counting. Now, in 2021, the difference between the ADMK-led and the DMK-led combined was about 4%, a little under 4%. And now AMMK was a role player in about 36 constituencies, where the difference between the AIADMK and the DMK, or the winning candidate in the respective areas, was taken by the AMMK or higher. And now with the AMMK joining the fold in comparison to 2021, that adds in terms of numbers. And 2, looking at where Modi's positioned himself in 2014, 2019.
Saravanan, let's get a response from Saravanan on that. Saravanan, these smaller players, we have been assuming that they just send out a political signal to, specific communities. But like Mr. Meyyappan is pointing out, is there an actual threat to the DMK? Because it looks to me that, the DMK is very keenly watching these alliances, and there seems to be more, insistence and more focus on how miserable the opposition is for you guys in Tamil Nadu, rather than really focusing on your own deliverables.
Misha, is the question to me?
Yes, that's right, Saravanan. Go ahead.
Yeah. The ADMK on all of them, Mr. Edappadi Palanichami is not even able to retain his own leaders in the party. All of them are in driving in flocks to our party. We are all accommodating them. He's not able to. So what kind of an alliance is this? And you're saying this is a strong alliance. What about Mr. Anbumani? He's going against his father. There is a vertical split in PMK. And you say it's a strong alliance. How is it possible? And whoever was with Mr. TTV Dinagaran, he has also come out. They have come out. So it's just his name. I don't think he's a super game changer just because TTV Dinagaran is
You're
going
making
to go
a strong
and
point there.
with the
Quick
AIADMK
10-second
party.
response before we close the debate. Kovai Satyan.
There is no answer for DMK for Congress. Congress demands power sharing, and the leader can only watch the other parties leaving their party, and his dream of crowning his son is shattered. The message is loud and clear. MK Stalin's dream
Congress
of crowning
is
his son
only asking
Udayanidhi
power.
as a chief
But they have
minister
already
is
asked
done and
for power sharing
Let's-
agreement.
it is shattered.
No, DM Congress is only asking
let's
power.
leave that conversation here.
But you
We'll have
already
multiple.
considered a power sharing agreement. You already considered power. You already considered that. See, the people of Tamil Nadu clearly
That's a
understand.
lie, Saravana. Don't lie.
If anybody else is
We
going to come to
concede.
power,
Kovai Satyan,
it is
respond
only going to
quickly
be
before I
BJP.
close this debate.
It is
If not
becoming a Delhi
DMK,
versus Chennai
if
fight now,
not
yeah.
DMK,
We have not
anybody else if they
conceded
come to
power.
power, it is only going
All
to be a
right.
BJP government.
Show
Because
me
these
the
people
evidence,
don't have the
Saravana.
spine
Don't lie
to
on
stand up to
national
BJP.
channel.
Kovai, respond to that. Kovai Satyan.
Lying, it is there.
There is
Kovai
no-
Satyan, respond to that, please.
Our leaders have not considered the power sharing agreement.
That is what.
Okay, Saravanan, let him respond.
Let
Kovai
him respond
Satyan.
because I really need to close this
Be the
debate.
Chief Minister. Yeah.
AIADMK and BJP have never
Okay.
had a
All right,
discussion on
okay.
power
We-
sharing.
Kovai
Nor our
Satyan,
leader
10
has
seconds.
conceded on the power sharing agreement as stated by MK Saran. That's a lie. And we know that DMK
All right, okay,
shamelessly
you're putting
lied.
that point clear across. Let's leave this conversation here because power sharing, Vasudha, is really a conversation that happens after elections. Because before elections, whatever is promised doesn't remain relevant. After elections, when the numbers will decide how that works out. But thanks to all four of you for joining us here this evening.